Five, four, three, two, one. This is Deducter bringing you set 5 of Hwaseung Oz vs Airforce Ace. This is a must-win game for Airforce Ace because Hwaseung Oz is already up 3-1. And in this game, we have Anytime as the white Protoss in the 5 o'clock position and Iris or Berserker as the purple Terran in the 7 o'clock position. These are both in their primes excellent players. Anytime won OSL way back in 2005 against Boxer, and he's a veteran of hundreds of games. On the other hand, Iris, even though he's never won a title, was one of the better Terrans. Well, for 2 periods, once was around when Savior was around. I mean, he had some epic matches against Savior. Also, he was runner-up in OSL against GG Play. Some would argue that was one of the best TVZ series of all times. And also his series against Savior was what some consider one of the greatest series of all times, especially Game 5 on Neo Arachnoid. Absolutely incredible game. So yeah, these two veterans, is interesting whether they might have even scheduled them to, you know, face off against one another. I don't think so, though, because, you know, Airforce Ace, a lot of the players are older, so I could be wrong, of course. I think it's probably more of a coincidence. Unless you have something like Anytime versus Yellow or Anytime versus Reach, that would almost certainly be, you know, a scheduling thing. Of course, those two players on KT Roaster. It looks like Anytime is sending his scout in the wrong direction, so he's going to find Iris last. Iris looks like he's putting down his first barracks. He's going to probably go for a factory into expansion build. Whereas on the other hand, Anytime is getting, looks like he's not putting down expansion soon, so he might be going for, yeah, he's not putting down any sort of crazy 12 Nexus. He is going for the standard Dragoon opening, it looks like. So, Iris has yet to send out a scout to try to find Anytime. I think it is often wise to scout early. As early as possible without crippling yourself too much. It looks like Iris is sending out his SCV now, and he's scouting the right direction, so he's going to find Anytime right around the time when Anytime finds him. Anytime does have Zealot on the ramp blocking any potential scout, and here we have Iris sending out a Marine. Ooh, that's pretty clever, managing to intercept a probe and ward it away. Very nice. Similarly, Iris, I don't think he's going to have any luck getting up this ramp. Now with the Zealot there blocking, it's not much he can do, so both players are in the dark about their respective builds. Always an interesting scenario to see. Yeah, Iris got 2 Marines now. I mean, there's no way that probe is getting unless Iris does something foolish. And now, Anytime bringing out a Dragoon to try to kill this scouting SCV. So it remains to be seen what type of strategies these players go for. Some of the tech strategies or the more conventional expansion type of strategies. Anytime is trying to sneak this probe by. No, he sees too many Marines, so he backs off. Iris did put down a machine shop. Looks like Anytime is putting down 2 gateways, I'm pretty sure. So he might be opting to build a few more Dragoons early on here to try to put some pressure on Iris. Iris is usually considered the very aggressive player. That's why I think he changed his nickname to Berserker. He is kind of like that, you know, sometimes. Utterly just a hyper-aggressive player. So that's always entertaining to watch sometimes. The problem is he would often leave himself exposed to counterattack, or he would be so focused on expansion, looks like, I mean, so focused on attacking that he does not, that he runs out of steam when he doesn't take expansions. Looks like Iris putting down his command center now. Anytime pushing out with a few Dragoons and a Zealot, he might be going going to try to snipe a tank. That would be a pretty devastating blow if you can do that. However, I think Iris is going to have mines in position to defend, and I don't know how good Anytime's Dragoon micro is anymore. I'm not sure he's going to break through. Anytime is going for it anyway. One of the mines explodes, kills a Vulture and a Zealot. There's 4 Dragoons. Looks like Iris is dragging them into the Dragoons, but it's not working. Anytime being careful. Ooh, one of the mines goes off. Bring one of the Dragoons to red. Another Vulture out. Looks like Anytime's trying to pick away, killing all the Marines. He's going to probably focus down the SCV. Only 1 tank left. The tank is protected by 2 mines. Anytime rallying even more Dragoons to the front. Now Iris is bringing out SCVs to fight. With the SCVs, you can repair the tank. And it looks like Anytime might be trying to drag one of the mines into SCVs. Very nice move by Anytime. Killing a lot of SCVs and isolating Iris' tank. Now Iris' tank is going down. Anytime only has 3 Dragoons left. Iris has a 2nd tank out, but he's done plenty of damage. He put down as that guy, who I sadly do not know who that was. Looked like he was stunned by this play. Excellent Dragoon micro coming from Anytime. He's putting down his expansion now. And Iris is in deep, deep trouble. I mean, if he doesn't finish the command center, he's going to be forced to cancel it. And I think at this point, he does have no choice but to cancel it. Because that command center is already down to red, so he's going to have to cancel it. He doesn't have enough units to defend his natural expansion. He doesn't have siege because he reached his mine. He really needs siege. Okay, now he has siege up. With siege up, he's going to be able to force Anytime back. But his economy was damaged by that clever mine drag by Anytime, and the fact that his expansion was forced to be cancelled. Now Anytime just going to pick off this barracks here of Iris, so that, you know, another little hit like that is going to make it so that he can't build factories. Iris might be trying to position some of these tanks over the cliff to attack the Dragoons. No, so yeah, Iris is in some serious economic trouble right now. As Anytime is doing well with that attack. So very nice attack from Anytime. He's going to get his observatory soon, probably. Although maybe he'll choose to follow this up with an aggressive Reaver attack. He knows that, you know, with Iris crippled economically, this might be the chance to go in and do even more damage. So maybe he's not going for the standard observatory. I think you know, even though you can consolidate your position economically, yeah, it looks like Anytime is just going for his observatory. He's not just putting down Citadel. Doing some more aggressive attacks at this point is not necessarily a bad idea. I mean, Iris has been dealt a pretty serious blow, but he's definitely not out of this game yet. I always think that the longer these economic shenanigans go on, like, the more bases both players get, the economic scenario will more or less even out eventually. But for now, Anytime has a clear advantage. So I think it's important to capitalize on the advantage as soon as possible, and not now stay in your base for the next 5 minutes. That would be a big mistake. Anytime is putting down, or thinking at least about putting down another expansion. That's also a good way to go. Like, he could double expand now. I don't think Iris would be able to do anything about it. Stargate going down, so he's probably going for Arbiter tech. Unless he wants to do carriers, which I think would be a mistake. Did I see the cybernetics core spinning there? I mean, if that were the case, he would be upgrading air attack, which would mean he's going for carriers, but I was not paying too much attention. This observer is being warded off by these turrets here. Iris has a decent number of tanks, but no support units, no vultures, no Goliaths, and you can't send out the tanks unsupported. With Templar Archives, this is definitely going to be an Arbiter build. Pretty good choice. So, yeah, now Iris does have his economy re-established. He's got plenty of SCVs at his natural. He's putting down just now his second factory. That is quite late. Anytime is getting a good info of everything. So there are 2 girls there who are not hiding their faces. And looks like Iris is trying to put down another command center. I do not think he'll be able to defend this if Anytime really wants to press the attack. Because, he's going to have to float it out into that inner 7 o'clock position, which is very vulnerable to flanking attacks from every direction. I mean, he can put some tanks over the cliff to try to protect it, but then with Dragoons, you can just burn down the command center at range. And Iris doesn't have the vultures with mines right now. He's pretty blind about what exactly is going on. I mean, he doesn't have vultures marauding about the map. He doesn't have mines placed all over the place for scouting. Oh, these things are quite important for gamers, professional gamers, to know what their opponent is doing with these scouting techniques. And anytime he's getting plenty of scouting information. I mean, he's seeing everything right now with his observers. He's got 2 snuck into Iris's base, even. So that's going to give him a nice advantage there. You know, just knowing how many troops that Iris has anytime seems to feel bold enough to push out with his army. I'm not sure he should try to assault Natro. That's probably not going to work. But anytime is moving out his army, it looks like, maybe possibly to try to attack. Iris has a lot of tanks, but absolutely no support units. So if anytime can get a few more speed zealots, looks like speed has not yet been upgraded, he can just run into these tanks and completely destroy them. I mean, you know, these unescorted tanks, very precarious position here. A few vultures are starting to get out. Now these girls are hiding their faces. That's more typical behavior, I guess. So Iris does seem like he's going to get his 3rd base up and running for now. If anytime doesn't choose to attack soon, I think Iris is going to be backing this game, and I think they'll be roughly even in terms of economy. I mean, because as Protoss, you want to be usually 1 base ahead of the Terran, and anytime is only on 3 bases. Even though he has 3 gas bases, that is definitely a difference. But anytime is electing not to attack, and Iris now has a substantial army of vultures out, and he's starting to move them around the map. Iris, I mean, anytime, was he only transferring probes just now to his 3rd expansion? That would be quite late. So I'm not sure I agree with Anytime's decision to not press his advantage once he had it, and to wait for his Arbiter attack. I mean, he's still, I think, with the early advantage he gained, in a good position to win the game, but the longer it goes on, so there's an upgrade coming from the Cybernetics core. Did Anytime possibly forget Dragoon range? That can't be right. Is he going for carriers? I don't see a fleet beacon going down. I'm not sure what he's upgrading at his Cybernetics core then. It looks like Berserker Iris has spotted the new expansion that Anytime put down at the 1 o'clock position. 2 cannons are going up there, though. Interestingly enough, Berserker hides 3 of his vultures in the base. He's going to try to intercept some of the probes that will be transferred over there with them, I think. That's a pretty clever move. Anytime is moving some Dragoons up there. Oh no, Iris is not hiding the vultures. He just moved them out, and the Dragoon sees them, and they'll be finished off soon. Well, he still hit 1 vulture there. That can still do damage. It looks like Anytime is moving his Dragoons out of the way now. There are 2 cannons there, so I don't think the vulture's really going to be able to accomplish anything. 3 star... Oh, there is a fleet beacon down. Okay, so this is very interesting. Arbiters and carriers off 3 bases. With 3 gas, I'm not sure Anytime's really going to be able to support the air army that well. Arbiters are incredibly gas expensive. He's not going to be able to get many. If he gets his 4th base up, he'll probably be in a decent position for that. But, you know, I don't think he's going to be able to get High Templar, for instance. Not that many Protoss do.